Morning everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke with Reverend Yutaka Yamada. Today being Saturday the 18th of September or the 12th of August in the 9th year of Chongluguk. Let's begin by offering a bow to our Heavenly Parents and true parents. Chombe. Haru. And let's recite our family pledge both in Korean and English. Thank you.
가정 멘세 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 환조권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 3. Our family, the owner of Chongluguk, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. I'd like to ask Margaret in Palau if she could offer the opening prayer, please.
Please join me in prayer. Our loving Heavenly Parent, true parents, good morning. We come together as one family in Oceania, from Australia, New Zealand, and all island nations, with one heart centered on our true parents. We are so grateful for our true parents, for the incredible truth that they have brought us, for the standard of establishing true parenthood and giving us a chance to enter into your lineage, our Heavenly Parent. So many people before us sacrificed and did not have the merit to be alive at this time as we are. We are truly grateful, and we truly want to begin this new day with a heart of sincere devotion. And we truly want to pray for our true mother and the unity of North and South Korea. Father, help us open our hearts and our minds this morning as we listen to your words, so that it can be planted in our hearts and be able to be expressed in our actions, in our mouth, in our eyes, and in our service. We are truly grateful for all the leadership centered on our true mother in Korea, in Japan, and in America and worldwide. We will come together this morning and truly want to offer our expectation to be able to grow through this word and the sharing this morning. I report this prayer in the name of all of our blessed central family here, represented by the Sisterson's blessed central family. Aju.
Aju. Thank you, everyone. And let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Yutaka as he shares this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, our brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining this morning Hundoke. Today is Saturday. So how was this week from Monday to Saturday, and also Sunday to Saturday, and also new week will be begin now. So the beginning and the ending time is also the precious time. What kind of plan, determination we pray, and also how we spend. We need to reflect, and we have to prepare for the next new week. So now, the beginning of the day, I appreciate everyone to put our heart devotion to our Heavenly Parents and true parents together. So thank you for your joining today. And now each nation, we are preparing to invite and establish about a Pacific Christian Leadership Conference, and our blessed families, leaders also now approaching and inviting the peoples. So thank you for your investment. Your one email or one call will change that person's life, change that person's past, and in that change that person's future, even that future of the nation. So let's put our sincere devotion in heart and really try to invite the people and brothers and sisters of Christianity. Even also, if not Christian, we can also invite. This is important event. Let's invite also many peoples. Yesterday was also Anshil. Thank you, Reverend John, to prepare your special message about God's calling. God called Adam, God called also Noah, and God also calling each of us. And we could see the Jesus path and process of ending tears. So if God called each of us, how is our response? God called us. We will respond silently, or we will respond strongly. God, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Parents, I am here. So Father, till Father is asking, Heavenly Father is asking, Heavenly Parents is asking, not because of external things. We have something, we have ability, we have great things or not. Important things is how we can respond those calling of God. We will show, we will deliver, and we will become the person who are behalf of God and to deliver the message. So really, this yesterday message was important message, calling. We remind again and again our first meeting, and even now also same. God's calling to each of us, and also God is calling to the people who are not yet know about their parents and about God's will. So let's go together to deliver God's message and true parents' message to the people. So let's go to the mother's autobiography. So last part, we are now continuously sharing about Japanese movement, which true parents invested. Today is the last part. And also, mother share about 60th anniversary of Japanese movement, some conference last time we share. So last part we talking about the Mr. Kuboki, the first president of Japanese movement. He was the youth leader of the new Buddhist movement, which has more than 1 million membership. He was young leader around 30 years, and he was also the assistant of the president of new Buddhist movement. So what it mean? He was also educated as the next leader, maybe next president of this new movement. But he listened the principle, he found the God's will, and he quit the Buddhist movement, and he decided to enter the unification movement. So can you imagine that last time Mrs. Alai also share about the story? Almost the top leader of the 1 million leadership, 1 million membership. So that meaning is his future was already decided, already promised. People is there, foundation is there, and even president is supporting him, and many kind of activity. This activity also looks like interreligious. The president also met the Pope in Rome and also doing many activities. So he was also promised a place. How was that time the unification movement? Around 1960, 1961 or 2, that time he was joined the movement. So 2 years before, looks like just only himself, only Reverend Che, Bonchun, almost he was homeless, no people, and Korean group, new religious group. So compare this both group, 1 million top leaders position, and just 10 people, small new religious group. How different when we see that externally, but he realized God's will, he realized the principle, he gave up everything, and he joined our movement. So this determination, when we see that determination, this is really not simple things. Maybe many people also expected him a lot in the Buddhist group, and also many people talk about so many things about him, but finally he determined. So yesterday's message about Father's message about calling. What is calling? Father and God will call the people from totally opposite situation. Abraham, Moses, how was their life? Their life was already promised life. Moses was the prince. Abraham also son of the chief of the group. But when they received the calling, they gave up everything. Externally looks like impossible. Externally, nothing for our future. But because of God, because of God's will, God find the people, and finally God will open the way. This is the way of the restoration. This is the way which God created until now. So we could see how God's investment and preparation were there, and how much deep tears and also heart of God was there. When we heard about those pioneering people's pioneering senior members' testimony, really we could see and we could touch so much. And I think your meeting of the first meeting may be also same. God, how much call each of us with tears, blood, and also sweat. So we could see. So Trimada is sharing through autobiography. That's why we could remember again, we could listen again, and we could study again the history. So this is really precious. Our Oceania brothers and sisters, we are doing our morning kundoke. We are also appreciate to hear your direct experience. So whenever I listen from your precious sharing, I really wonder how we can keep and deliver those experience, realization. Even sometimes we have a failing experience, but those experience also important. I could not unite. I also did the many mistake, but repent and overcome. So those experience, I wonder how we can deliver, we can inherit to our next generation, second generation, and third generation. Last time I talked with Korean leader, and now the senior blessed family, 36 couple or 72 couple, they are already more than 80 years old, right? So that leader told me they are already preparing about Songfa. Not prepared to be die, but preparing some several things, because father also told them, you have to make own autobiography. So they are writing autobiography and they are preparing everything. So when people passed away, and if we organize a Songfa ceremony, usually we will read that person's history by word, then pray and send the person to the spiritual world, right? If we do the Songfa ceremony. But you know what the Korean senior leader is preparing in Korea now? They are preparing kind of the live video. So really era was changing. They are preparing the live video for own self. So they are born, what kind of mission they did, what kind of meeting they did, and true parents, investment, providence. Then when they go to the spiritual world, they will show that live video to the people. So already the person who will go to spiritual world directly create with many remembrance, many experience, and prepare the live video. So how much that is great. So anyway, this is a little bit different story. So God's providence, God's will is going together with people and also the nation. So through learning and through understanding our history, our mother's autobiography, and father's message, we could realize what was the heaven's investment, heaven's Johnson, and also tears, everything prepared by God in the past, and even God is preparing now, and God is preparing for the future. We have a role, we have a responsibility. We should unite totally together with our heavenly parents, together with our true mother, and we will complete the providence and create the future. So we could see those things. So I will continue the mother speech. This is last part. I just read a little bit again. Since the 1960s, I have visited Japan whenever possible to meet members, share personal stories, and encourage missionaries. I have spoken publicly at hundreds of gatherings in various cities, including Tokyo, Nagoya, Hokkaido, sharing God's word. So mother came to Japan many times and gave the speech and gathering more than 100 times. So beside of America, maybe Japan was invested. Really, mother went to many times to love and share the sincere heart. Nagano, which once hosted the Winter Olympics, is a Japanese city that has touched me in a special way. The Nagano Unification Church initially consisted of a small church with a few dozen members. Through my constant encouragement, the church grew steadily. Next to the beautiful, cozy church building is a small training center that they named Farang. The local members gave this name in honor of the noble spirit that guided elite young leaders of Korea's Silla dynasty. So this part I read last time. So mother even consider and concern the small church, just a few dozen of members, and she visited directly and she gave the encouragement. That's why the small training center, which named Farang, is created by local members as a training center and for youth. So mother visited even small church and encouraged that things. So because this is continuation of that, moved by the members' dedication, I visited the church, encouraged the members, and asked them to bring God's will to fruition there. I also planted an apple tree in their backyard. And when I visited the church again a few years later, the tree had grown magnificently and was bearing delicious apples. Just like the apple tree, the words I have sown in Japan have multiplied and are now bearing many beautiful fruits. So mother touched those sincere devotion, and mother planted apple tree. So mother very love one by one and share the love. So mother gave also many message and gave the many loves. I blessed Japan to now arise as heavenly Japan, a Japan in which society and culture are reborn. Tens of thousands of Japanese men and women have found new life in the bosom of God through true parents. Every year, many of them cross the Korea Strait to visit the homeland of their faith. The convergence of members makes our HJ Chonon campus a bridge of harmony between two former enemy nations. So true parents organize a lot of conference and visitation, and finally proclaim as heavenly Japan. So whenever true parents come to Japan, those conference and gathering is not small level. Basically, one gathering is more than 5,000 or 10,000 gathering, and not only one city. When True Mother visited there, True parents visited Japan, usually organize the Japan city tour. So 4 city or 5 city together, and one city organize around 10,000 or 20,000 rallies. So this investment or gathering is also a really big gathering. So mother share to the father, also share to the investment. So that's why also Japanese member determined and also went to all over the world as the missionary and as the representative on also as the mother's nation. So we could see. So now to the mother, of course, she wants to visit many places physically, but it's not easy. That's why how we can deliver the message, we should become the one who are representative of true parents and deliver the message. If true parents can come visit the people directly, how this is grateful things. But instead of that, we are the one who receive the love from true parents. We receive a lot of love from heavenly parents. We will go out and we will share the love and we will share the blessing to the people. My heart is especially with Japan during natural disasters and other difficult times. During the great earthquake of Tohoku, the Kumamoto earthquakes, and the flood in Okayama Prefecture, countless lives were lost and the damage was overwhelming. When such calamities occur, I offer my condolences and wholehearted support in the context of God's global providence. True parents bless Japan as the mother nation. Mother gives everything to her children unconditionally, just as a mother goes without sleep to take care of her children. Japan is walking the path of sacrifice with the heart of a mother for the sake of the world. So Japan has many calamity, disaster, many things. So anyway, they are overcoming always. So in the True Mother's autobiography, Mother mentioned about anniversary of unification movement in Japan 2018. So I prepare some video. Actually, I found many Japanese video which organize all history of Japanese movement, but I could not find in English. Almost those video is in Japanese. So when I looking for the video, just a few video I found in English one. So I prepared that. So this video is some short explanation in the 50th anniversary and also a conference video for 60th anniversary in 2018, which Mother mentioned in True Mother's autobiography. So, and even the first person who are witness in Japan, that person will appear a little bit, so we could watch together. So in the beginning in Japan movement, our Reverend Chebon Chun, his investment, and first Sunday service was just for people. So how this movement was growing really because of our True Parents investment and our Heavenly Parents Johnson. So history is going, flowing, and also the history is created by our investment. So let's watch together this video. Sorry, Manjon, just around 10 minutes video.
Members in Japan are celebrating the 50th anniversary of True Father's visit there as the first country on his first world tour on January 28, 1965. This was his first visit there since our church mission began in 1958. Father created holy grounds in Tokyo, Nagoya, Osaka, Takamatsu, Hiroshima, Fukuoka, Sapporo and Sendai, and blessed the whole nation. In his words to members at that time, Father spoke on the topic of let's become people who are needed by all citizens. He then departed to the next city of his tour, San Francisco in the United States.
After Korea, Japan was the first country where True Parents' love and truth took root. Beginning in 1958, for 60 years, Japan has embraced the world with a mother's love and offered itself to fulfill heaven's will. Having attended our Heavenly Parent, True Parents started the revolution to bring the Hyojung culture to usher in a new world and civilization. Directly after the rally for the patriotic martyrs in HJ-Chumwon, True Parents headed towards Saitama to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the start of missionary work in Japan and to lead the rally for the hopeful march forward of Heavenly Japan. The foundation laid last year by reaching 10,000 members in Tokyo, Kanagawa, Aichi, and Osaka has expanded the Heavenly Tribal Messiah activities in Japan like wildflower. This fiery passion also took over the Saitama Super Arena Hall. The Chanyang session purified the arena and connected the onlookers with the Holy Spirit and the truth. The event kicked off with a festive praise music and a flag performance. Tokuno Eiji, president of FFWPU for Heavenly Japan, began the ceremony by revealing the future of the Family Federation.
日本統一運動は誠の父母様によって出発し、この60年間、会員60万の基盤を作るに至りました。天が願われる、天が愛さざるを得ない、神様にあべる新しい新日本家庭連合となってまいりましょう。
The parliamentarians commented on how our reputation in Japan is shifting.
皆様方と共に新日本世界平和平和な愛ある家庭の実現のために共に頑張ることをお誓いを申し上げましてご挨拶といたします。ありがとうございます。
Go-Won-Ju Ishii's Hyojung speech encompassed the beauty of a three-generational family. And a 1,300-strong women's choir testified to true parents' lives of filial piety and affection. Sun Jin-moon, International President of FFWPU, welcome Mother.
Please join me now in giving a warm and thunderous welcome to Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon, my beloved mother and our beloved true mother.
The cheers of a crowd of 20,000 greeted Mother. Words of life once again awakened the Mother Nation, Heavenly Japan.
우주의 주인 되시는 창조주 하나님이 주인이십니다. 그 주인을 바로 알아 그 주인의 뜻에 맞게 사는 인류가 되어야만 평화 세계는 가능한 것입니다. 이 나라가 하늘 부모님을 모신 신일본이 되게 될 때 세계를 품는 어머니의 책임을 다하는 신일본이 되게 될 때 세계 모든 나라들이 자녀들로서 부모를 공경하게 되는 그날이 올 것입니까? 안 올 것입니까? 특히 섬나라는 대륙을 그리워합니다. 그래서 나는 한일 해저 터널을 일본과 한국이 하나 돼서 만들고 남북이 하나 된 자리에서 유라시아를 거쳐서 전 세계로 향할 수 있는 평화 고속도로를 만들고 싶습니다. 이미 아프리카 대륙에는 희망봉에서부터 하겠다고 발표를 했습니다. 남북미를 연결하는 칠레의 산티아고에서부터 아시아 대륙까지 연결하여 한국으로 통하는 세계 고속도로를 주창하고 있습니다. 그런 관점에서 볼 때 일본은 한국과 하나 돼야 되겠습니까? 안 돼야 되겠습니까? 지금 현재 위정자들은 과거의 잘못을 인정해야 할 것입니다. 그리하여 미래에 더 큰 목표를 향해서 우리 다 함께 가정연합과 더불어 UPF, 청년연합, 여성연합 모든 기관들이 세계 평화를 위해서 전진하는 도약하는 이날이 되기를 축원합니다.
For the vision of a peaceful world, Mother said, "Let us accomplish this dream together." The Nagoya Youth Choir of 400 vocalists vowed with an unchanging heart to rush toward true parents.
장부모님!
3,000 fathers harmonized in song and brightened the atmosphere. The beautiful image of mothers, fathers, and children enhanced the hall's aura. The declaration ceremony concluded the March Forward rally.
私たちは日本選挙60周年の勝利的期待の上に天地人誠の王様が祝福された母の国新日本の使命を完成完結し勝利した天地国民と祝福中心家庭となることを誠の王様の前に決意する。
The mighty shout from 20,000 blessed families reverberated throughout the Japanese archipelago. Cascades of appreciation and cheers at the victory celebration elicited heaven's love. 59 years ago, Mr. Masuda was the first evangelized member in Japan and testified about true parents being the Messiah. His wife and the president of CARP Japan gave their testimonies. Afterward, the Takenotsuka praise team, the Chiba Sanhak Choir, and STF members painted the hall with joy by continuing the Hyojong Cultural Revolution. Overflowing with joy, True Mother expressed her gratitude by giving souvenirs to the victorious heavenly tribal messiahs and imparting a message of delight to those in the first generation.
1세대는 여러분들이 변함없이 수고한 결과가 오늘날의 STF, 카프 그러한 꿈을 가진 우리의 2세, 3세가 있다는 것이 너무너무 자랑스럽고 행복하다.
The 5 sub-regional directors, representing members in Heavenly Japan for their dedication and sacrifices the past 60 years, received Chanoguk Hyojongwon.
Yes, thank you very much. So really we could see the history of really Japan also gave the severe things, the history between Korea and Japan and also in Korea. But the parents are very embrace and really love and invest. So send one missionary and 4 people, but now already there's so many people follow and appreciate, determine and go together. So we could see how the parents' investment love was there, and also members joined together. So we could see that through history, we could see those investment and chansong of our Hebrew parents and true parents. And now, of course, Oceania nation, now Japan took maybe more than 50 or 60 years, but now era was totally different. Even 1 year, 5 years, we don't know even short time period. If we meet one person, that person will change the history. Surely God is preparing beside of us, around us. So let's unite with together with True Mother, find that person and really share, restore our city, nation, region, Oceania, and also world together. So thank you for joining Morning Hundoke. Let's put our heart and let's do our best. Thank you very much once again. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Reverend Yutaka, as always, really helping us see more clearly the providence and more clearly how our members really invested themselves. It's very beautiful to see all the Japanese members, thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of members now in Japan. It's just, I had such a feeling of gratitude to see all those members, just a sea of Japanese, all together. And I was reflecting as I was watching that video about before, growing up in a Western culture, growing up with a Greek Orthodox background, and not interacting with Asian people at all, and then seeing and doing the same silly thing that Westerners do, and think that all Asians look alike. That they're all the same, very racist point of view. But then joining the movement but watching that video and seeing all the men singing and then sort of in the arena, just swinging and swaying, it occurred to me that they're all different, that they're all unique, and they're all in harmony with each other. And it was so beautiful to see that all of these strong people in Japan, how they sacrificed to bring our world, our movement, such a growth and development. Like my mother said, planting the apple tree and then coming back and seeing it bear fruit. True Parents planted many trees with the holy grounds, but in Oceania, they didn't. We weren't on that original tour, and then finally they came and planted the tree here. And our hope is to see Oceania become like Japan, because as we know, Japan is the mother nation, and the mother really wants to see the children grow and the children to then surpass the parents. So we have an opportunity here in Oceania to really shine and to even reach heights even greater than Japan. Wouldn't that be fantastic? We see Japan from the war rise to be one of the main powers in the world, and then South Korea, rising on its own self determination to a world power, and then soon North Korea will join, and then it'll be even a greater power. But imagine Oceania growing to be a world power in that same level. And I think that's Father's desire for the Asia-Pacific Union, that all of Oceania become as one nation and then connect with Asia and predominantly with our parents, our mother and our father. We say Australia and New Zealand is the parents and the islands are all the nation, but actually it's Korea and Japan are the parents and we are the children. And so we should rise up like any child to be the ones that lead the future. So while watching that, I felt a lot of hope and actually so much love from the Japanese. I was very happy to see that after so much suffering, there's so much success. So yeah, there were some of my thoughts and reflections and gratitude to the Japanese. So thank you everyone. I guess Mr. Rai, go ahead.
Good morning. And appreciate Reverend John's heart. Welcome to Mother, and try to receive not apple tree. I don't know what kind of tree. That's great. It's a first Japanese couple give a testimony. It's Mr. and Mrs. Masuda. So my wife was witnessed by Mrs. Masuda. 1966.
66.
Yeah. So I was joined the 1965 high school student. Then following year 1966, I became a full member. Then people say, "Oh, you are early member," but like a real early member is, I feel now, 1959, 9 to 1964-5, because True Father come to first time 1965. So incredible preparation to Father's side, but also I remember to excite it's the most exciting time to welcome first to Father to Japan. So they centering Mr. Kuboki, and many I remember was so incredible time. You could see today's movie, and it is incredible. Father was young and incredible high spirit, and I think like never forget that kind of spirit and heart and love and laugh and everything. Then Father wanted to give blessing 1965, but not a time. Then I think first blessing was 1958 Mr. Kuboki, with Kuboki. Then 1969 is altogether 12 couple, 12 single couple, and 10 it's a previous couple, or the couple. Yeah, then so 12 couple are one of the, it's a pioneer, one of the couple who really supported all of Providence in Japan. Then I think 3-4 came from Christianity, like Mr. Kamiyama, Mr. Sakurai, and also Mr. 誰かなyeah, Sakurai, Oyamada, Mr. Kamiyama, Sakurai. They also from Buddhist group, centering Mr. Kuboki, Mr. Ishii, Mr. Yokoi, or Mr. Kajikuri. They joined, and also other. And but now 6 of them are already passed away, and but still very well, Mr. Oyamada, I think Mr. Sudo, Mr. Abe, other people are well, and I think most of the 10th it's or the married couple, or I think already passed away. So we really, also I saw video today is when the two mother came, Saitama, and it's the second generation of a flower is a 12 couples children. I think it really at this time, that time is I'm really one of not kind of regret, or I was so immature, and I could not catch up, and you know, into story, and I can see kind of, you know, we were 12 disciples in the Jesus time, and after that, it's a quite many kind of different kind of people around there, and history is attention to 12 couple, but other many different kind of, you know, people. It's really, it's you know, connected. Then you know, I was thinking, you know, really incredible time for the beginning, and we really, I think we give incredible respect to all of the, you know, people, and also I think as you John said, it's not you know, late, any time we can catch up, and this is the time, I think, like a small Nagano church. It's have I think point is artistic relationship is important. Then how we can, that kind of heart, even a small number of people, but if we very hard, incredible crowd, and if crying hard or really hard to mother, we can to invite, and we can make a historical event welcome. I think we can receive special tree, we hope. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, Reverend Seti, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Reverend Yamada. Thank you again for wonderful presentation. They're so inspiring to see the Mother Nation, and about pioneering. I just wanted to relate a story from yesterday, was it, Mama, when the Apostolic Church here that I mentioned before, the Eves family. They are the pioneers of the Apostolic Church, from missionaries who came from Australia via Melbourne and Brisbane are their center points. So this elder, Reverend Edward Eves, I met the father yesterday. Previously I dealt with the son, but they just got back into the country recently. The father figure. So the boys, James, that Reverend Stone, you would know James, that I sent James, some of the 5 that came to Sydney, and a bit of unfortunate incident there. But my heart really healed, because this church is where James went, and actually the pastor James that I'm dealing with, the son, that's the James from which that boy that came to Sydney headquarters, I got his name. But I was so happy yesterday because I finally found the root of this church, this grandfather figure. And the first thing he said was, Tuafa, he is my best friend, my grandfather. And I was so happy, I really felt like my ancestors really been helping a lot to make this connection. So it's very timely for this PCLC. So as we think about, Mr. Koboki, very famous leader, and also the group that he met. I mean, he was a member of group, but this is, as again, Mother showing us, one prophet brings 1 million people, is really the time to do such a thing. So I just want to encourage everybody to go out and to meet the church leaders and go to Hillsong, and we have a famous opera trio called Sole Mio, who are very famous now in Europe. They're all Samoan tenors, opera singers. And Sole is a Samoan slang for like guy or something. So they, bro, so they made a name Sole Mio. So they're very famous in New Zealand and in Europe now. But Reverend Ofoia, numerator, the other PCLC member, he said that he really tried to bring Solomio to perform for PCLC. So I'm really looking at the trinity of these churches. And the first guy, Bismarck, who spoke at our first meeting, you met him. He knelt down in front of Parliament to just tell the parliamentarians, you guys, you're making commotion in the nation. You better humble yourself, and So he really set the tone for the religious leaders on the 3rd day of deliberation since the Parliament opened. He was the first one to kneel down and to show the heart of the religious community, and then followed by the National Council of Church, and then followed by the Archbishop of the Catholic Church. And incredible day. And now, finally, the politicians are sitting in Parliament together. They're kissing and hugging, and so really happy day yesterday. A lot of things came to happy conclusion. So I'm grateful for the Oceania prayer that we've been doing, and I just really encourage everyone to, definitely I feel very inadequate, dealing with a lot of stuff, but God is working even beyond our own shortcomings. I really feel that. So if you just give him just 1%, he's going to give you the other 99%, But the main thing is that even if we don't have 5%, at least give 1%, and God will take that and multiply and fill in the rest. Yeah, so anyway, thank you. I just want to share.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Reverend Seti. I want to stick to the time, and so please save your comments for next time, because we have lots of schedules, including the leadership. We have lots of things to do. So I'm just going to time for our unison prayer, and I'll just share the screen, and we can pray for the hope of the future. So let's begin.
The hope of the future.
Adieu, adieu, adieu. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day and see you tomorrow. And save all those comments for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Blessed day.
Bye.
Sunny and beautiful here in New Zealand.
See you.